Hey ladies, it's me, Longo Evaria. You know me from my various shampoo commercials and my series Horny Housewives. And now I got a new commercial out. Let's take a look at it, shall we?
You know the drill. You straighten your hair and it'll last for about a minute, right?
Introducing Brand Ultimate Stuff, our first hair care system that can't believe anything.
Translation?
Starts to seal in the stuff before you style. It lasts up to 48 hours.
With Brand Ultimate Stuff, my hair is shiny, straight, just perfect. So let's get one thing straight. This works.
New Ultimate Stuff from Brand Europe.
That's the power of beautiful hair. Every day, because you're worthless.
Oh, I love this shot. They really do make me look good. What's this hair? This is way too fast. Are you getting anything what's going on? Oof, stop that for a second. See, girls, that's what they do. Did you see those cuts? You don't understand anything that's going on. You're trying to follow, but it's already, see, hair, me, stuff. Okay, Brand, got that. There's me again. Hair. What? I think they do that on purpose. I think they just want to overwhelm us and wow us. And in this overwhelmed state of mind, they can tell us anything they want. Girls, let me get this one thing straight. You guys are being brainwashed. You're being manipulated and duped. You're just sitting there going like, ooh, wow, hair, nice, look, wow, hair, nice. Whatever message they want to sneak in, they can when you're in that state of mind. And that's why they cut so fast. In all commercials, by the way. This is brainwash. You guys are being duped. You're being manipulated. It needs to stop. I'll show you how they do it. Do you notice the way in every single shot you see either my hair or the stuff? It's hair. Just look at it. Hair, and more hair, stuff, and hair again. You notice that? They're doing that to create this crystal clear association between the stuff and hair. Okay? And that's the whole secret behind this commercial. If they can create this crisp association between hair and the stuff, they got you. Now, do you notice the way there is almost no color in the whole shot except my skin, my hair, and the product? That's clearly what you're supposed to be looking at. My skin, the hair, and the product. You see the way the background is all light and empty? It's all simplified so that nothing would distract from my hair. Pretty much in every shot, not me, but the hair is centered. Okay? It's like hair. It's not my face, it's more about this. It's not about this. You notice that? Also, listen to the music. Listen to the music. You hear that sound? Bwam! Bwam! I would call this the sound of fashion. This is the sound of fashion. Bwam! The way it's all light and happy and upbeat and kind of as vacuous as the background. Wow, fashion, yes, wow, ooh, where's the next photo shoot? Do you realize what they're not showing? They're not showing my legs. Why are we not seeing my legs? It's almost like, you see in this one shot where it's like they cut here and you see so much of the background. You see, yeah, that one. Why are they not showing my legs? Let me tell you why. It would be too sexy, would be too distracting. You know, us women, we don't want to see other sexy women. We want to see relatable women we can identify with, right? That would be a different commercial. We want you to think about hair in this one, okay? We don't want you to think about leg hair products or foot care products. We want you to think about hair care products. If you keep watching this for long enough, it almost feels like watching the world through the eyes of a hair fetishist. It's like hair, 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 hair. And that goes for the whole of the fashion world, really. You know, everything has to submit. Everything has to be reduced to looks. It's all about looks. You are what you look like. That's at least what they want to tell you. Now, in this fancy fashion world, there are no problems, there's no pain. There's just fun, fast cuts and fashion. And this clearly speaks to our feminine desire for safety, for a fun life in safety. We all want that. What this is a big brainwash campaign to make you buy stuff, to make you spend money. So let's look at this ad shot by shot and see if we can find more of their tricks. Shall we? Let's go. Now, just take this first shot, right? What do you see? You see hair, beauty, and brand, right? And that's exactly what this ad is going to be about. Mainly hair. So most of the screen is taken up by hair. And also, do you see the way the word brand is sitting right inside the hair? It's like saying their brand is all about hair. And all of that in front of this classy black background, which is telling us it's going to be an expensive product. So let's move on to the next shot, shall we?
You know the drill.
The you know the drill shot, right? This is wrong on so many levels. Let's go through all the different levels this is working on us. Okay, first, level 1, you know the drill. What do I mean by that, right? In the context of this silly ad, you know the drill obviously means you know the drill. You straighten your hair and it lasts only about a minute, right? That's meaning number 1. But there is more to that. You know the drill. This is a commercial. You know it, I know it, and I'm telling you that this is a commercial and we're probably going to be selling you expensive hair products. All right? That's level 2. Now, if we go down one more level, you know the drill. That's a pretty forward approach to talk to the customer, the potential customer of a product, right? It's like, you know the drill, you know what's coming. I don't even need to be telling you, right? It's like the postmodern approach of making an ad. I don't need to break any fourth wall. It's already broken. I'm already talking to you. You know what's going on. I know what's going on. You know the drill, right? And if we go down one more level, you know the drill actually means this. I live your dream life. I am who you would like to be. Okay? I meet your dream guys. I live in your dream house. I wear your dream clothes. I own your dream stuff. Okay? I live your dream life and I know it and you know it. And that's what it means. You know the drill. So you better listen up because I'm speaking. And all it takes for you to get all that is to be looking like me. Because the way you look is the way you are, right? At least that's what they're trying to tell you in these ads. Your looks are your identity, right? If you can look a certain way, you can be a certain way. And if you can look a certain way, you can get a certain thing. That's what it's about. That's what you know the drill means. Get it? Okay. Now, obviously I have to mention that in the original ad that you can look up in the description, you will notice that my hair is already looking quite nice. So I haven't even used the ultimate stuff, right? But it's already looking quite nice. So let's keep that in mind. It's going to become important later. Now let's take a look at the background. Do you notice the straight lines they've used to underline the notion of straightness? And I wonder if my hair is my identity and I straighten my hair. Am I saying I'm straight? Gee, I never thought about that. Also, do you notice the way my name is placed right next to the brand still, and you can still see it in this shot. Again, to create this weird association, the click between me and brand, right? Or brand as they call it. They told me it's actually pronounced brand. Who gives a fuck, right? The color combination, black and white, is timeless. It has worked in the past and will always work in the future. It's black and white, right? It's a classy look, underlining the whole expensive thing. And also let's consider, where am I there? Is this a living room? Have I just moved in? Or is this the new Scandinavian way of living or something? Why is it so empty? Why is nothing going on? You see the way it's just a suggestion of a living room? It's not really a living room. You see the reduction that is taking place? The way everything has to submit to the way it looks. Everything is just about the way it looks. That is exactly the mindset of this ad.
You straighten your hair.
Now, let's look at this little scene, right? You see my hand sliding down my already kind of perfect looking hair. You notice something? It's already very straight. I don't need to be using any product. You still need to go and buy it though. At least that's what I do to look this good. So basically you need to do it for the sake of doing it. Just because. And that's exactly the essence of this female beauty paradigm. It's you do it for the sake of doing it. Because you're a woman. Or as we call it, I do it for myself. Am I right, girls? Also in this shot, we see my perfect hands, nails, and my shiny ring. Which is to say, I'm successful, I'm rich, and I'm still who you would like to be. Just reinforcing a little. Talking about relatable. I'm trying to sound like your best girlfriend when I say,
You know the drill. You straighten your hair and it lasts for about a minute, right?
I'm trying to say, I have these problems just like you do, girl, right? I'm trying to be relatable. But be honest to yourself, when you straighten your hair, does it look this good? I doubt it.
And it lasts for about a minute, right?
So in this little shot, we're back to me, and I talk about how it only lasts 1 minute, right? And again, in this shot, I'm trying to be relatable, talking like a good old friend. But you may be thinking to yourself, that's what she looks like with bad hair? Talk about unattainable beauty standards. And yes, girls, you will never look like this. Unless you have a background designer, a hairstylist, somebody who does your clothes, somebody who does your makeup, somebody who does your lighting, and a good camera guy constantly following you wherever you go. That's not gonna happen. So yes, it's very much unattainable. Okay? Nobody outside you will see will ever look like this. And yes, I'm very much not really relatable. Get it? You're pretty much supposed to feel like this. How am I ever supposed to look that good? If only I could have a little bit of the beauty of what she has. If only I could. And this is exactly where we want you. In that state, they can sell you everything. Do you understand how it works now? Great, let's move on.
Introducing.
Now this little crazy shot really just goes to say, my hair isn't straight. Silly, but that's what this scene is about, yeah? On a second level, it maybe means, I'm like you. I'm a crazy, young, lively girl like you. I throw my hair in the air sometimes if I want to, you know? Fashion! Right? I'm more on the light side of things. Like you, you know? I don't like pain and problems, just like you. I'm young and like carefree, just like you. You think these things don't mean anything? They do. It's deliberate. In commercials, every little thing is deliberate. Every sound you hear, every pixel you see. How do I know? It costs a lot of money, this. And if something is so expensive, you better be sure everything you see is put there for a reason. And that's why it makes sense to think about it. You understand?
Brand ultimate stuff.
And from the so-called problem shot, which is my hair isn't straight, we cut to the solution. Ultimate stuff. What do we see? First, it's got the same aesthetics as the rest of the brand. Bright backgrounds, clear lines, almost no color, just a little bit of color, just like with the rest of the ad. It all visually nicely blends together. That's what they call branding. In this one, the product name is in the foreground. They still mention brand because it's still a brandy product, but this time it's all about the product name. Ultimate Stuff. This is telling you what you need to actually go out and buy. And you also hear this super manly, deep voice talking to you all of a sudden.
Introducing brand Ultimate Stuff.
It very much feels like it's a voice in your head. You're just imagining things. That's what I call the so-called God voice effect. You know why it works? Because in reality, there is no off voice coming from nowhere. If you hear voices like that, you're either going mad or you actually meet God. Okay? Our ape brains are still trying to compare reality to what we see on the screen. That's why cuts work, because in reality there's no cuts. And that's also why the God voice always works. It just has this superimposing impact. Yeah? You really want to obey what this voice is telling you. And it's just a trick. It's just an off voice. It's a recorded dude with a tweaked voice we put in the background.
Hey, you tweaked my voice?
Our first hair care system that can't believe anything.
Now in the next two shots, we see fancy 3D graphics of the stuff. So you get this magical looking 3D blob of the stuff. And as you can see, even on a microscopic level, it looks amazing, right? So it must be good. That sort of speaks to a belief in fairy tale magic in young women. As long as it works, I don't really care what it does, you know? Which is again kind of condescending if you think about it. And the black background actually signifies this is now the scientific, the serious, the real stuff, the bad stuff, the stuff we don't like, the stuff we'd like to get over with. And accordingly, they spell Karen Believe Anything not too big. You're not really supposed to bother with it. It's as if to say, never mind, really, it's not so important. You're not going to remember anyway, right? Mind you that in the original ad, the name, of course, is not Karen Believe Anything. It's something like Cara Tourmaline. Now let's take that bullshit word apart, yeah? Cara, what do we hear when we hear Cara? Keratin, which we know from fitness and health contexts, right? So we get fitness and health plus tourmaline. What's a tourmaline? It's a gem, right? So we get healthy gems. Put that in your hair and you're going to look good. Sure, I believe that. And that's how that logic works. The mere facade of science is completely enough. Yeah? A magical blob and clearly animated hair will do just fine to convince us to buy it.
Translation.
So now I'm asking for a translation for some reason. Why would I be asking for a translation? What do we know so far, right? There is this stuff, does something to my hair, and it has this scientific name, apparently makes my hair straight. So that just got too scientific, and I need to have it explained to me, and translated and mansplained. That's why I'm putting on this innocent look, because that's what makes men talk. Yes, that is what I'm doing. It's just playing into the prejudice that as soon as you get to hear scientific stuff, all women need to have it explained to them. Sexist. And we're playing into this. But if they know we don't like the science stuff, why even put it in? Why bother? The fact that it's in there means that it works. Otherwise they wouldn't put it in. Okay? So the fact that it's in there means it must have a meaning. And apparently they put it in there in each and every shampoo commercial because we actually believe in it. We don't like the science stuff, we don't like talking about it, we don't like hearing about it, and we need it mansplained to us, but we still believe in it. And we're going back to this relatable thing again, where I'm basically saying, I hate the science just like you, girlfriend.
Starts to seal in the stuff before you stop. It lasts up to 48 hours.
And this particular silly little scene actually is the answer to the previous scene where I ask for the translation, which basically means, what does this stuff do? Right? And here comes the answer. It does this. Merp, it straightens your hair. But yeah, that's how they do it. In this whole sequence here, in this super fast cut sequence, which is clearly designed to overwhelm you again and not to inform you, we have the harsh contrast to the next few shots where we have a bright background and the black and harsh and scientific part seems to be over. Now we're back to the fun part. Now we've used the scientific stuff, right? We've used the stuff and now our hair looks amazing and we're shining again. This harsh cut from black to white, from real stuff to fun stuff, they need to ramp up your attention. Every time there's a harsh contrast like that, your attention goes up. And that harsh contrast is there to bring in the message that it lasts up to 48 hours, right? So they raise your attention with a harsh contrast and boom, that's where they place the message. Lasts up to 48 hours, right? Even in print. And if you take a closer look at the bottom, there's another more subliminal small print, which says, works only if you buy all this stuff. Or in the original, it actually says, based on using complete system with hairstyling tools. Let's think about that for a minute. Not only do you have to buy all this stuff for it to work, it only works if you buy all their hardware too. And we're still talking brand hardware, so super expensive hardware, right? I don't even know how much it is, but I'm pretty sure it's like way more than the actual stuff. And take a close look at my hair. You see the way it looks like super fantastic? It only looks that way because they've been using tricks like an extra wig or super slow-mo or color correction or any fancy digital tricks. They do that again to completely wow and overwhelm you. You're supposed to think, oh my God, her hair looks freaking amazing. To absolutely convince you that after I've used the stuff, my hair looks like super fantastic. With a trick. But still, it does. Just wait for the next cut. Guess what they're cutting to?
With brand ultimate stuff.
And in this shot, we have another product presentation shot. An imposing one at that. Look at how screen filling it is. Almost takes up the whole screen, casting this dark shadow. And it's even this black plastic thing. And there's too much text on it to take in. What you really take in is the word brand. So this product shot focuses on the brand aspect of it. They do that because it is a brandy product. And a brandy product is a product you only buy because it is from that particular brand. You would never go and spend that kind of money on something that isn't from brand. They need to make you believe in that brand. So they need to be selling the product as well as the brand. A brandy product. And in the context of this ad, now I have used the stuff. And now you hear me as the god of voice.
With brand ultimate stuff. My hair is shiny, straight, just perfect.
Now you hear me giving a testimony on how awesome it is. So we're using the same trick again.
My hair is shiny.
And in the next 3 following shots, they show you what happens if you use ultimate stuff. So in this one, my hair is shiny. We focus on the shininess of it. But if you watch closely, you can tell that my hair is just as shiny as it was before. They're totally gaslighting you, ladies. Also, don't be surprised if you end up looking the exact same after you've used it. Don't come suing us, right?
Straight.
And look at this artsy shot they made here. It's there to communicate straight. So they figured they might as well show my hair this way because of the video format, right? And actually, you know how we did that? It was so simple. We did it like this. I was hanging over like that, and the camera guy was holding his camera up like that. That's the whole magic behind it, yeah? Such a silly old movie trick. Still works in the context of this ad. Also, do you notice the way I keep effortlessly skipping from one side of the screen to the other? They do that in order to make me appear young and lively. Silly, right? But that's what they do. Next.
Just perfect.
And in this shot, where I actually do look pretty amazing, I tell you the third thing that happens if you use ultimate stuff, which is you look just perfect. And of course they use the word perfect just to underline the whole unattainability of it. If you look at it closely, you see I again have this like unattainable God hair that you will never have because you just don't have a movie team working for you all day long, right?
So let's get one thing straight.
Oh yes, the "so let's get one thing straight" shot. Nothing says independent woman like me walking straight towards the cam, pointing a finger and clarifying stuff, right? Remember, you want to be like me. That's what this shot is saying. And everybody listens to an independent woman. Listen to what she has to say. Here comes the message. But don't you think it's a little bit ironic that you as an aspiring independent woman need to be talked down to like that? Think about it. And here we just have another wow intermission beauty shot, right? Hold your excitement. You're still waiting to hear what I want to get straight. You notice the way it looks a bit unreal, evil as they are. They do that to give you that sense of unattainability. And you want to know how we did that? It was just, again, me hanging my hair like that. Cameraman was like that. And we run the whole thing backwards. That's the whole thing. Wow.
This works.
And here we are at the money shot. This ad would also work if it was only this shot and the following. Me telling you this works and the product shot. That's the whole secret behind it. It's all about that cut. You cut from maximum desire to the product. That's the main secret behind commercials. And in this moment, I'm telling you, they've got all the ingredients in there, right? You've got a VIP, unreal beauty, a matching background, communicating straight. If they put all these ingredients in there, young women are completely susceptible to this. They have no defense. They can do nothing against it. So this works really means 4 things. 1, it makes your hair straight. 2, once it's straight, you look like me. 3, once you look like me, you also are like me, right? Because personality is best expressed in how you look. And number 4, you want this now. It's the maximum desire shot. This sells.
New ultimate stuff from Brand Europe.
And now that we've primed you with the previous shot and brought up your whole desire, you are finally ready for the final product presentation shot. So these 2 shots cut together actually sell the product. Me telling you this works and then cutting to the actual product you need to go out and buy. So the last shot was the money shot, and now this shot is telling you what to spend your money on.
That's the power of beautiful hair.
And here we have super beautiful me telling you that's the power of beautiful hair. Let's think about that for a second. What's the power of beautiful hair? Well, to look like this, apparently, to look like me. To live like me. So you see, it's about way more than just hair. It's about power, apparently. And if it's not about living like me, why did they even pick me? Why not just choose any random woman off the streets? Think about it. And again, the whole thing is shot in this overwhelming beauty zoom, which would make any random beardy guy look good. And here we are at the Extreme Beauty sexy close-up. We haven't been that close up to my face yet. It's all about my sexy smile, the black, serious background, and the hair falling in slow motion. It's again got this surreal beauty, unattainable, godlike beauty about it. And if you listen closely, every time you're supposed to feel, ooh, it's Longo Evaria, an international superstar, they're using this concert drum sound, this boom, 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 ooh, it's Longo, boom, boom, boom sound. Silly, right?
Every day.
And on the home stretch, when the ad is almost over, they subliminally sneak in one final message, which is every day. Which means you need to use this stuff all the time. They want you to overconsume, to overuse it. Again, for the sake of using it, because I do it for me, right? Here's my question. If it lasts 48 hours, why use it every day? There is a contradiction in this little ad. You won't mind, right?
Because you're worthless.
And here we are at the final shot. Now in this one, there's so much to talk about, I don't know where to start. So I need to bend down to your level because I'm so much higher up than you, but I still do it to be relatable for some reason. And notice how in this shot, my face is right next to the word brand. So now they're like linked forever. And we leave the ad just like we entered, on brand. We do that because it's a super brandy product. That's what needs to stick in your head. The brand. That's what sells. Also, because you're worthless is the answer to a question, right? What is the question, really? Could it be, okay, I know this stuff is super expensive. Why would I still go and buy it? Or, I know this is just a commercial like any other. Why would I believe in this one? Also, what do they mean by worth? Worth as in investment? Who's worth it? Am I worth it? Or is my hair worth it? Or am I my hair? So again, we have this weird mix-up of looks and identity. You're supposed to believe you are your looks. This is how this fashion world works. Isn't it really kind of me to be sharing some of my sweet confidence with you? All you need to do is follow my order and go out and buy it. Condescending. And girls, if you're completely honest to yourself, you know it's all fake. You still fall for it. Why do you fall for it? You fall for it because you want to believe it. You want to believe in the idea that you can just hair wash your problems away, that all the money and investment was worth it. Worth what? What is the prize at the end of the rainbow? To look like me. To live like me. But do you really think I got where I am today by washing my hair? Yet I still go and tell you that it is so. Evil. Now girls, take it from me, and I'm guilty of it too. Millions of us, we go out there and just buy this, carelessly, without thinking about it. After decades of shampoo commercials, they finally perfected the formula that we are susceptible to. There's nothing we can do about it. Unfortunately, the more people believe in this artificial fashion world without any problems, the more real it becomes. But this weird idea of a world without any problems is a big problem. Do you know how many bazillions of dollars are spent each year by young women for stuff that could easily be replaced with soap and a few household ingredients just because they believe in a more princess-like life? But a really independent woman would never allow anybody to tell her what to buy, how to live, who to be. Doesn't make any sense. And do you have any idea what's in this stuff? All the chemicals that go into your body, all the chemicals that go into the environment. Think about it. So the only way out of this trap is for us to understand our desires, where they come from and how to deal with them. And along the way, we might even find out what we really want, which can come in handy. Yours truly, love and kisses, Longo Evaria.
This works.
And we're out.
Yes, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a chicken wrap. Oh! Bloopers.